In this video, I'm going to be showing you a new game I'm making in Unity. It's a pretty simple game. Basically, there's a bunch of holes here, and you control this paddle thing that rolls this ball around, and the objective is to get it in the glowing hole. So if I can get it in this hole here, it'll destroy itself and add a point. But if I get it in the other point, one of my lives go down. If I just keep getting it in this hole continuously, I'll eventually fail. And then as you can see, it shows you the current score and the best score you got on here. I got the idea of this game because of my dad. He wanted me to make a game that was an arcade game at one point. I think it was called Ice Cold Beer. It was an arcade game where you basically did the same. You tilt one side up and then tilt the other side up to try and get a ball in a hole to get a point, whatever the hole that's glowing is. This game does have sounds, but I turned them off at the moment. It's not really much to hear, but this is basically sounds. It's only two sounds. It's not really much. There's one if you enter the wrong hole, and then there's one if you enter the correct hole. I'm just gonna turn it off for the remainder of the video though, because it's gonna be annoying when I'm trying to talk about things. So starting with the holes, there's 48 holes. All of them have a script on them. It's just an enter hole script. What it basically does is just tells you what to do if you hit a certain hole, like an inactive hole or an active hole. So there's basically just code here saying that if you hit an inactive hole, lose a life, and then if you hit an active hole, earn a point and don't lose a life, but recreate the ball. And then there's a countdown here that basically just if the ball if the ball doesn't collide with it instantly, it won't get destroyed instantly. That there'll be some time limit for it to like simulate falling into the hole, I guess. At the moment, there's two ways the game can end. One is by losing all your lives. So if I go up to the hole, like you've seen earlier, and then just keep getting it in the wrong hole, the lives will go down, and then it'll show the death screen. And then the other way is by time. So if I can find the time thing here, it the way I have this working is if it's 180 seconds because floats can't do minutes. So if it's above 180 seconds, it'll display 3 minutes. If it's below 120, I think, it'll say 2 minutes. And then if it's below 60, it'll say 1 minute. And then 30 seconds for if it's below 30. And then eventually, when it gets down to the end here, uh, it'll start counting down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then it'll eventually end. The timer was really easy to make. This is basically all you need. It may look complex, but it's not really complex. It's basically just comparing the timer to whatever amount of time is passed, and if that time has passed, then display like 1, 2, 3, or 3 minutes, stuff like that. Whatever hole that is supposed to be the point or the active hole, I guess, that's randomly decided out of 48 holes. As you can see, if I keep hitting start and stop, it'll just keep randomly choosing a hole. That's done on the game manager, and that's done with a random hole script. The random hole script basically just changes if the hole changes every 30 seconds, so it'll randomly choose another hole every 30 seconds. I'm not going to sit here and wait for that to happen though, because I don't want to make this video too long. But another way it changes is if while the player hits it, it'll trigger this hit change bool, and then it'll force whatever hole it was to switch to another hole. The way the Lives UI works is basically the same as the timer. If I can find it here, I have it somewhere. I'll just click on it here. On the Lives Manager, Lives UI script here. So basically, it just runs the same as the timer. Uh, it just displays, well, it types out lives and then colon and then plus whatever the amount of player lives there is on the player live script or the live script. Score manager, I basically just ripped from my 3D Pac-Man game, which it's very simple. It's just it displays the points that you currently have, and then if you reach higher than what your highest score is, it'll take whatever value you have currently and then make that the new best points. The movement of the paddle is clamped to only 25 or negative 25 rotations. So as you can see, if you no matter how much you push here, it won't go down anymore. I'm currently pushing the keyboard, and it's not going down at all. I think that's basically everything that I could showcase. The game's pretty polished. I'm gonna show my dad it, and we're gonna see how he likes it, what changes he thinks will need to be made. But maybe in the future, I'll make like obstacles or something. Um, I'm sorry for not uploading for a while because I've been a bit busy. I haven't really had the chance to do anything with Unity. I kind of lost motivation, but then I regained it recently. I don't know why, but all of a sudden it just happened. So hopefully you found this video interesting and you subscribe.